Welcome, educators. Let's jump right in. Today's explainer is a dynamic, high-energy summary designed specifically for you. We're distilling the absolute most relevant points about transforming your classrooms into truly inclusive spaces. And hey, because we know you love to connect, this explainer is packed with actionable insights, perfect for you to grab and share across your own professional social media networks. We're looking at special education in EFL teaching, the inclusive paradigm. So whether you teach English as a foreign language or general ed, let's get right to it. To start off, we really have to ask ourselves, what is special education anyway? For the longest time, there's been this lingering myth that it just means sending students away to isolated, separate rooms. Like, to accommodate special needs, we somehow have to remove those students from the general population. But as we explore the modern inclusive paradigm today, we're going to completely dismantle that old one-size-fits-all myth. A total game changer in this shift is the concept of the least restrictive environment, or LRE. Essentially, federal law dictates that kids receiving special education services should learn in the exact same classrooms as their peers as much as humanly possible. It's not about isolation, it's about integration. Learning just happens better when students with disabilities are right there alongside everybody else. Section 1. Redefining special education, beyond the one-size-fits-all myth. Let's look at how experts actually define what we are doing in the classroom. The absolute crucial point is that special education is a highly tailored toolkit. As Achita defined it back in 2008, it's really about providing a set of services, human and technological resources, and specialized knowledge to ensure quality learning. So it's an active support system. It's definitely not just a physical location or some separate building you send a student off to. It's the resources and the help you bring directly to them. Moving on to Section 2, the inclusive education paradigm, a human right to participate. Let's look at the legal and human rights foundation here, because this affects every single teacher. You see, true inclusion reflects the fantastic diversity of humanity. The Longman Dictionary points out that special education provides support for students whose needs can't just easily be accommodated in a standard mainstream curriculum. And wow, those needs are incredibly varied. We're talking emotional, intellectual, physical, and social domains. True inclusion means we're fully prepared to welcome and support that entire spectrum of human experience right in our lessons. And guys, this isn't just some nice idea. It's literally a fundamental human right. For instance, in our source material, Ecuador's Article 27 acts as a really powerful anchor. It proves that education absolutely must be centered on the human being, guaranteeing holistic development with total respect for human rights. It explicitly states that education has to be participatory, compulsory, intercultural, democratic, inclusive, and diverse. It's a shared responsibility for all of us, individuals, families, and society to make this happen. Section 3, Inclusive Practice versus Culture. What's the difference? To make this actionable, we need to separate these two ideas. Okay, so here's the contrast. Inclusive practice refers to your daily, concrete strategies, how you adapt your teaching and your curriculum to make sure everyone can participate. But inclusive culture, that is all about the shared values and the welcoming, safe environment you cultivate. Culture is how you actively reduce stigma, build trust, and promote respect in your daily interactions. You literally need both to make it work. But remember, you aren't in this alone. There is systematic support built specifically to back you up. Looking again at our source example in Ecuador, at the district level, you have the UDIA, the District Units for Inclusion Support. They exist to help identify and evaluate students, and crucially, they provide training for teachers. Meanwhile, the circuit level handles the resources and pedagogical infrastructure. So whatever your local district looks like, the system is there to support your inclusive culture. Lean on it. Which brings us to Section 4, Adopting the EFL Classroom, Practical Tools for Every Need. Let's get into the highly practical, screenshot-worthy part of this explainer. This maps out exactly what tangible resources you need for those inclusive practices we just talked about. So for visual impairments, you're looking at things like audio descriptions, braille, and tactile raised materials. For hearing impairments, you might utilize a sign language dictionary, FM systems, or interactive boards. Intellectual disabilities, they benefit massively from smart TVs, abacuses, and textured concrete materials. And for multiple disabilities, you can lean heavily on pictograms and specialized cabinets. This makes the whole concept of inclusion super actionable for literally any educator. Finally, Section 5, the Educator Action Plan, your next steps for professional development. Let's turn all these theories into a concrete action plan. The very first step you can take today is getting social. You can create a virtual learning community, or VLC, using platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Invite other professionals and learners to join and start posting content based on what we've explored today. Using diverse formats like quick videos or engaging infographics is just an incredible way to promote inclusive education way beyond the four walls of your own school. So here is your structured three-step action plan. Step 1. Build that virtual learning community online and get the conversation started. Step 2. Find a student with special educational needs, or SEN, and design a lesson plan for them using universal design for learning principles. Give them flexible ways to engage so they aren't forced into just one rigid learning path. And step 3, deliver a professional development training session for your peers. By doing these 3 things, you don't just learn about inclusion, you actively become a champion for it. And that leads me to my final provocative question for you. We've looked at the tools, the laws, and the difference between practice and culture. So, I challenge you to look at your own teaching space right now. What is the single practice or the one cultural shift that you can implement today to make absolutely sure every single one of your students feels truly included? Think about it, share it with your new virtual learning community, and let's keep transforming education together. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.